Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with document object model, that is DOM. Now what is DOM? DOM or document object model is a programming interface for HTML and XML document. DOM represent our page so that with the help of program we can change our document structure, we can change our document style, and we can change our document content also. The DOM represents a document as a node and an object. That's why the programming language can connect to the page. Now this is the structure of document. Window, we are having inside the window we will have a frame, parent, self, top. History, location, document are the object of the window. Today we are going to discuss in detail about a document object. Document is nothing but your page that is display in your browser, right? So inside the document what we will have, we can have a link, we can have a form tag, we can have an anchor tag, and in these are the proper hierarchical structure through which we can access the element of the page. Now we will see the document object in detail. Document object method. There are main three important method of a document object: get element by ID, get elements by name, and get elements by tag name. What get element by ID is used to access element with a specified ID. Each and every element in a HTML document can specify the unique ID. So you can access that elements with the help of this particular method, that is get element by ID. Now second method is get elements by name. More than one element can have a same name. So you can access all those elements with the help of this method, that is get elements by name. Now third method is get elements by tag name. You can access all elements with a specified tag name. Suppose example, you want to access all paragraph tag. So here we are going to pass the P as a paragraph tag name to access all the paragraph inside your HTML document. So this is three basic method which is very important to access the element from a page. There are many more methods of a document object. If you want to write something to your page, that you have to use inner HTML. You can set the attribute, you can get the value, you can create the node, that is create the element, you can delete the element. So many more methods are there, but today we are going to see these three basic method with example. So let's get started. I'm going to create the basic HTML structure first. Body tag. Now first I am going to create two text box, one for the username and one for the password. So inside the form tag I am going to create two text box, one for username with the help of input type is equal to text. I am going to specify ID is equal to txt name, and I am going to close the input tag, and I am going to write over here, okay, we are going to give a label say name. Here I'm going to use the BR tag for new line. Similarly, for the password, I'm going to write password. I'm going to create input type is equal to password, ID is equal to txt pass. Now one more element I'm going to create, that is button. Input type is equal to button value click me. Save this file. D drive JavaScript with the help of validation, and we are going to save this file. Now what we will do is, first we are going to get input from the text box name, and then we are going to get input from the text box password. When I'm going to click on this button, I'm going to get a value from this name and from the password. First we will see how to get the value from the text box. So in head section, I'm going to write a script tag. Type is equal to text oblique JavaScript. I'm going to close the script tag. Now inside the script tag, I'm going to create one function. Function we have already studied in previous video. You can check that. I'm going to create one function by the name of get value. Now inside the function, I'm going to get the value from the text box. Now here, first method we are going to use, get element by ID. We have given the ID, unique ID to this both text box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one variable, and inside this I'm going to store the value of text box which contain ID txt name. For that I'm going to write document dot get element by ID, and inside this I need to specify the ID of my text box. So ID of my text box is txt name dot value. I want to get a value, so I'm going to use dot value. Now first we will see whether we will get value or not. So inside the alert box I'm going to print AND. Okay, and just we see. Now we are going to launch in a Chrome and we will see. But here you can see when I'm click on this button, it will not display the alert message. Why? Because I have not called the function. So for that I'm going to write the code, that is on click event of button, I'm going to call the function that I have created by the name of get value. Now we are going to run the code. I'm going to write something ABC. When I'm going to click, it will display the value ABC, right? So now we are getting the value from the text box. Now we will see same code we are going to write for the password. Say t variable document dot get element by ID. Now the ID is txt pass dot value. Now we will remove the alert message. Now here we will do the validation first. validation code that user have to enter the name and the password. If it is blank, then we are going to display the message that enter the username and password, and if they have entered, then we are going to display the value. So for that, we are going to first check if n equal to blank and p equal to double quotes means blank, then we will write the alert message that enter username and password, else welcome user. Now we are going to run the page. Now I am not going to enter the value in name and password. Just I am going to click on the button. So when I am click on the button, you can see that there is a message display, enter username and password. Okay. Now I am going to enter password and name. By clicking on button, it will say welcome user. So this is how we can check for the blank. If you want user to enter compulsory value in a particular element, then this is how we are going to check. Now say example, instead of alert message, you want to display the message in a div. So for that, we are going to write a div element inside the body tag, and we are going to specify the ID for the div. ID is suppose div1, div1. Now right now it is a blank. This alert message instead of alert, I am going to display this message inside the div1. So for that, I am going to create one variable, say d is equal to document dot get element by ID. The ID of div is div1. Now I am going to comment this code, and instead of this, I am going to write d dot inner HTML is equal to enter username and password, else d.html will contain welcome user. So you can see here that the message is displayed on the top of your name element. Now suppose I am going to enter password abcxyz. I am clicking on it, will display welcome user. Now this is what get element by ID is. Now instead of ID, you can use the name and tag name itself. Okay, when it is used, when say more than one element will have a same name. Say example, a radio button will have a same name. right? So we can use get elements by name method to access that element. It will here get element by id will return a single value, while get elements by name and tag name will give you an array. So to get the value, either you have to do the for each loop or for loop. I hope you understand how to write a validation code using the three important method of DOM, that is get element by id, get elements by name and get elements by tag name. Thank you for watching the video.